Thank you for taking some time for yourself, and you can wonder how it might feel to let go of some of the weight you've been carrying. Can you notice the space between each breath? The subtle shift in your awareness as you relax deeper and deeper. And you can be pleased to discover how easy it is to begin to feel lighter, as if there's a release, almost without effort. And you can begin to wonder when the heaviness you've been feeling started to loosen, noticing how things seem just a little clearer now. With your permission, your mind's already beginning to open up to the possibility of feeling different, more at ease, more aligned with a sense of calm. Perfect. Now I'd like you to have a new experience, one that unfolds in a way that meets your needs. And I want you to enjoy this experience, allowing your body to rest deeply while your mind discovers a space of peace within. And you'll be surprised at how natural this shift feels, almost as if it's happening on its own, effortlessly. Now, of course, I don't know for sure what you're experiencing, but perhaps you're starting to notice how the sense of weight or pressure begins to soften. It's going to be a pleasure to see you embrace this lightness, this ease, as you continue to relax and allow your mind and body to rest. And I'd like you to discover how your thoughts can begin to shift in ways that serve you, gently nudging you towards feeling better, towards greater well-being, perhaps even taking a special kind of enjoyment in your ability to allow more space for positive feelings. And sooner or later, I don't know just when, you may find yourself noticing something new, something that surprises you. The ability to breathe more deeply, to feel a little more in control, a little more like yourself. And I wonder if it will surprise you when the thoughts that once seemed so heavy start to feel lighter, almost distant. I wonder if you'll be curious as you notice how easily your body and mind are responding to this calmness, how gently you're being drawn towards a state of balance. You already know how to relax, to let go, to find peace. Perhaps you wouldn't mind noticing how your body is learning to release tension, to soften the grip of negativity, and allow healing to occur naturally. I'd like you to discover something you may not have noticed before. The power you have to shape your thoughts, to guide yourself towards feeling better. One of the things I'd like you to discover is you're stronger than you realize. With each passing moment, you are moving towards a sense of freedom. I want you to notice something that's happening to you. A subtle shift. Perhaps at first hard to notice, but later more obvious. Have you begun to notice that yet? The ease in which your thoughts are starting to change. How naturally you're beginning to feel more in control. More grounded. And I think you're gonna enjoy being surprised that your mind can be so open to these positive changes. I want you to notice something that's happening to you right now. This sense of peace that may be growing inside. Perhaps even without you having to do anything to make it happen. I wonder if you'll enjoy how naturally, how easily your thoughts can shift. How your body becomes more comfortable, more relaxed. I wonder if you'd like to enjoy feeling more hopeful, as though this new sense of balance is becoming your new reality. I wonder if you'll be surprised to discover that you don't need to hold on to the past any longer. That the heaviness can fall away. Lightness can begin to take its place. And I wonder if you'll be curious about the fact that you have the ability to shape your experience, to make this moment your own. Perfect. Perhaps noticing that with every breath, you are releasing more of the past and creating more space for peace, joy, and for healing. Perhaps beginning to notice that it's easier to feel good, easier to think differently, and easier to simply be. And maybe you'll enjoy noticing how each time you breathe, you become more attuned to a sense of ease and well-being. I wonder if you've ever noticed how simple it is to let go when you choose to. How each breath can guide you towards a state of calm. Maybe it will surprise you to notice that you're already creating this change just by being present with yourself, just by allowing. I'd like you to let yourself become more and more aware of the positive changes happening within you right now. I'd like you to begin allowing more of these moments of peace to fill your awareness, knowing that they're part of your natural healing process. And your unconscious mind can enable you to make these positive shifts, helping you move closer to balance and the calm you desire. I wonder if you'll decide to continue this process, to let go of whatever you no longer need. Embrace the sense of freedom and peace that's waiting for you. In all probability, you'll begin to notice how easy it is to let go of the past and make space for a more peaceful, more joyful you. Very likely, you're beginning to notice how much lighter you feel, how much more open to healing you are becoming. And would you be willing to experience more of this peace and lightness? knowing that it's available to you whenever you need it. You don't need to be concerned if the changes take time. They'll unfold in their own way, at their own pace. So nice to know that every time you allow yourself to relax like this, you're bringing yourself closer to the well-being that you deserve. And do you notice the beginning of this shift, this change towards calm? Maybe you'll enjoy noticing how your mind's beginning to naturally think in ways that help you feel better, in ways that serve you more. At times like this, some people enjoy simply being present, noticing the quiet shifts happening within them. One of the first things you can become aware of is the way your body's responding to relaxation, to the positive changes occurring within your mind and spirit. And it appears already you are becoming more aware of the peace that's growing inside you, the sense of relaxation. Give yourself the opportunity to see the positive change continue as you allow it to deepen. Perhaps sooner than expected, you'll begin to notice even more changes, more relief, like peace. And if you wish, you can continue to embrace this feeling, knowing it's yours to keep, and that it will continue to grow within you. And you can wonder what it will be like when this peace becomes part of your natural state. When each breath you take deepens your connection to the sense of balance and joy that's waiting for you. And in an interesting way, you'll discover that you have the power to shape your experience, to transform thoughts and feelings. And it's very rewarding to know you have the ability to choose peace, to create joy, and allow healing to flow through you. And as you do this, you'll find your life begins to reflect this newfound sense of ease. It's very positive and comforting to know that every moment you spend in relaxation, every moment you allow yourself to heal, brings you closer to the peaceful, balanced life you truly deserve. You'll be fascinated and feeling a strong compulsion to continue discovering more of this inner peace, this sense of calm, and this healing that's available to you at any time. And that will probably remind you of other experiences and other feelings you've had, reminding you that you're always capable of bringing yourself back to this place of peace whenever you need it. I'd like you to appreciate the fact that you're already on your way to healing, and every moment of peace counts. I wonder if you'll be reminded of how much strength you have, how much resilience you carry with you. I wonder if you'll be pleased to notice how easy it is to feel better, to feel lighter, and to experience the relief that's yours. And while you wonder about that, I want you to discover that you're already becoming more more aligned with the peace and joy you were seeking. I'd like you to begin allowing yourself to embrace these changes, knowing they are already unfolding. What's important is the ability of your mind to shift, to let go and to heal. I want to remind you of something you probably already know. That you have the power to create your own reality, and right now, you are creating a reality of peace, healing, and well-being. And as that occurs, you really can't help but notice how easy it is to relax. Allow yourself to heal, so that it's almost as if healing is happening on its own effortlessly. Almost as if your mind and body already know exactly what to do to restore balance. Kind of like a natural process that's always been within you. And that's just fine. That's okay. All that really matters is you're allowing this process to unfold, and that every moment of relaxation brings you closer to the well-being you deserve. I don't know if you're aware of these changes, but it doesn't really matter. I wonder if you'll be interested in learning how to continue to feel better, how to continue to create this peaceful, healing space within yourself. Maybe you're already aware of how much lighter and freer you're feeling. The really important thing is just to be fully aware of the positive changes happening in you right now, allowing them to continue and deepen. Remember when we were kids, we could feel good about anything, couldn't we? There was a time when joy seemed so simple, so effortless, when we could laugh at the silliest things, like when we'd hear a funny sound, make a silly face, and suddenly everything was hilarious. Or when we'd run round with no shoes, feeling the grass tickle our feet, felt like we were flying. Do you remember that feeling? How natural it was just to be, to feel light and free. We'll get caught up in the wonder of the world around us, like jumping in puddles after the rain, or the thrill of seeing a rainbow for the first time. We could get lost in the simple joy of things like chasing bubbles or watching ants carry crumbs. And we didn't even need a reason to smile, it just happened. And I wonder, just for a moment, if you can bring that feeling back. Maybe just a little spark of that joy. Can you notice how it feels in your body? The warmth, the ease, the contentment. And what would it be like to just allow yourself to feel that way again, even just for a moment? Maybe that sense of lightness or joy's always been there, waiting for you to remember it. And just like when we were kids, it can be so easy to reconnect with that energy, the kind of energy that makes everything feel possible. And I wonder if you'll be surprised as you feel more and more at ease, to notice how simple it is. How natural it feels to be in that space of joy. And perhaps in the process, you'll discover how much power you already have to feel good about anything again. And if things haven't always been easy, if you've been carrying burdens or feeling stuck, it's not your fault. Anyone in your situation who's been through what you've experienced would understand how you got to where you are. It's natural to respond the way you have. We do the best we can with the resources we have at the time. The way you handled things, even if it wasn't perfect, makes complete sense. So give yourself permission to see this clearly, because it's not about blaming yourself, it's about understanding that you're doing the best you can, and that in itself is something to be proud of. You're worthy of the same kindness and understanding you might offer to a friend, because you truly deserve it. You've made it this far, and that shows how strong you are, even when it doesn't always feel that way. And I wonder, just for a moment, and sometimes we carry an old lantern through the darkness, the glass can become clouded with soot, and the flame inside may flicker weakly. Might even feel frustrating knowing that. And sometimes healing from emotional pain is much like healing from a scraped knee or elbow. At first the wound's raw, sensitive and painful. It's hard not to notice it. And it might feel like every little movement brings a reminder of the hurt. As it begins to scab over, the scab protects that tender area, even if it looks rough and feels uncomfortable. You might instinctively want to pick at it, but doing so only reopens the wound, which makes the healing take longer. But over time, as natural healing occurs, the scab softens, the skin beneath grows stronger. Eventually the scab falls away, leaving a new layer of skin. Sometimes there's a scar, a little mark that reminds us something happened, but it doesn't hurt anymore. Just as the body knows how to heal, so does the mind. And it's okay to let the process unfold in its own time. And as you know, sometimes when a wound's particularly deep, the body forms scar tissue to protect it. And scar tissue is strong, even tougher than the skin that was there before. But it can also feel kind of stiff and numb, as though the area's lost some natural sensitivity. It's like that scar tissue, our mind's way of shielding us from the feelings that were too overwhelming at the time. Our minds are like a garden, and sometimes weeds grow among the flowers. The weeds may take up so much space that the flowers struggle to survive. It's like going into that garden with care, pulling out the weeds, turning the soil, making space for new growth. You don't erase the garden, you simply give it the attention it needs, redirecting your energy to nurture what's most beautiful and meaningful. Over time, the flowers bloom more vibrantly, and the weeds that once seemed overwhelming fade into the background. And sometimes after a deep injury leaves a scar, we discover ways to fill the spaces that remain. As you know, modern medicine's taught us that even old hardened scars can be softened, renewed and filled with collagen, helping the skin regain a bit of fullness and life. And when a tree is young, its roots are shallow and it may sway in the wind, but as it grows, its roots spread deep into the earth, drawing strength and stability from the soil. Each passing season adds new rings of growth, making the tree sturdier, more resilient, better equipped to weather life's storms. And just as the tree uses roots to stay grounded, you can draw on your experiences and resources to move forward with confidence. And sometimes when a scar's particularly deep, might feel as though it's always going to be there. But healers have discovered ways to gently work with those scars, massaging them, softening them, and encouraging new tissue to form. Your future self doesn't carry those scars as burdens, but as badges of resilience, softened and integrated into the whole that you've become. The scar becomes a chapter of your story, one that you acknowledge with compassion, but no longer need to revisit. Instead, you move forward stronger, with a sense of renewal, ready to embrace a life that's waiting for you. And sometimes, after a long dark night, the first light feels almost unfamiliar. At first it's faint, barely illuminating the world around you. But as the sun rises, the light grows stronger, casting away the shadows. It's like that sunrise. It's the process of stepping out of the darkness and into the light of a new day, where you can see clearly and move forward with purpose. Now, as you begin to return to the present moment, you may find yourself breathing deeply with ease. And as you breathe in, you might notice how effortlessly you begin to awaken to the world around you. With every breath, can you feel yourself becoming more connected to this moment? Isn't it true that with every breath, the light within you grows? And as you take that light in, doesn't it expand through your entire being, naturally bringing you peace, clarity, and strength? That light you carry is always there, waiting to fill you, isn't it? And isn't it interesting how easy it is to let go, to simply allow the lightness to take over? Feel that light now, moving through your body, through your chest, your heart spreading to every part of you. Isn't it amazing how it brings you into the present, naturally, effortlessly? And with that light, isn't it possible to see yourself as you are right now, whole, strong, fully alive? And as you open your eyes, you may wonder how easy it is to carry that light with you, step by step. As you move into your future, doesn't it make sense that the light inside you guides the way, helping you become the best version of yourself naturally, without any effort? With one final deep breath, you can feel the light within you. And when you open your eyes, you can simply allow that light to continue shining as you move forward, grounded, refreshed, and fully present in this moment. And as you stretch out, wriggle your fingers and toes, and open your eyes. Welcome back. You're perfect, just as you are.